What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL video. Today I'm going to be going through the top 5 picks for game week 32 for this FPL season in 2020-2021. I'm going to give you my top 5 players that I believe are going to be the most, the best choices for this game week, or the most kind of like rewarding in terms of their contributions for your team. Now, before we get in, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to FPL Inklink. I've already just passed the 200 mark. Help me get to the 500 mark to win a PS5 for a bet that I have with my friend. Also, if you like the video, hit the like icon. And if you want to get the latest notifications, please do hit the notification icon to get the latest notifications of when I do release my content, or if I'm going live with any FPL content in terms of deadline streams or knee-jerk reactions at the end of the week. So before we do get started, how has everyone been? How was your game week 31? Did you guys get any good returns? Any good players that you brought in? Share your news with me, so please leave that in the comments below. So top 5 picks at number 1, of course, it's going to be Harry Kane. 49.4% ownership, 11.7 mil, 206 points, 6 points. But the thing about Kane is, he's really, despite Tottenham not playing well, he's really kind of solidified how he plays. He really keeps his head up. He's done well even in the Europa League game that they got knocked out in. He's really kind of like given his best he can. He did have some injuries earlier in the season, but he's really come a long way. Look at his returns this year so far: 19 goals and 13 assists overall. I reckon he might get close to the, with the form he's in, he might get close to 25 to 26 goals this season again. He's got some really good assists in terms of returns from assists as well. 43 points in the last 5 game weeks, 7 returns in terms of 5 goals and 2 assists, which puts him, joint on top with Jesse Lingard in terms of returns. I just think he's phenomenal, and the games he's got this week as well: Everton and Southampton, home and away, or away and home, however you want to put that. I think he's a really good shout. If you are looking to captain him, that'd be great. He's a top 5 pick for me. People have talked about wildcarding, so people who are wildcard drafting, looking to get him in. Don't be put off by his game week 33. I'll definitely get him in, and I have had questions around triple captaining as well. So put him in your drafts for wildcard. If you want to triple captain him, I think this is a really good chance for you to kind of get a good return. If you were patient not to use it last time on like double game weeks for City, Spurs, even United at some point, I believe, if you do have it left, I think it's a really good chance for you to use it and really kind of like drive home any advantage that you may have. He's going to be highly owned, he's going to be highly captained. But if you have him as triple captain, he gets a good return. It's really going to help your ranking boost in your leagues overall in the game, and even head-to-head leagues that you're playing. So this is something for you to consider. There's no risk of rotation for him either. So for me, he's really going to kind of like be like a solid player to start. I don't think Mourinho has the license now to kind of really kind of allow him and Son to really be rested, because of Tottenham's position in not only the league itself, and they are playing the League Cup final. I just don't see him getting much rest or kind of like time away. If he did have any competition for that space, then maybe, but not at the moment. So that is number 1 for me in terms of pick for me for this week. At number 2, I'm going to go Son. Again, only 14 points in the last 5 games. He's not that expensive in regards to how expensive Harry Kane. He's only 9.4 mil, 187 points, 43% of ownership. But I think, when you watch him in the United game, he really had that flamboyance to really drive at the defence. Scored a lovely goal. I think, he was on the break all the time. Didn't really play that well in the second half. I think it was overall the team performance wasn't that great. But hey, Son is always there or thereabouts, so make sure that he does deliver for Spurs when he can. He's really, really kind of been blessed in terms of the partnership he's had for Kane. 14 goals and 9 assists this season, so he's got some really good returns already. And I don't see why not. He cannot take advantage of the double game week from my perspective. And if you do want to captain him, why not? Maybe even bring him into your wildcard draft if you are looking for that as well. I would definitely consider Son. The third player I'm going to choose is going to be from Spurs as well. It's actually going to be Lucas Mora. Again, it's more to do with the double game week fact. And I think from what I've seen of him in the last couple of game weeks, he's been really active in terms of the gameplay that Tottenham provide. In terms of ownership, only 2.1%, so he's a good differential. 6.6 mil. 73 points. Now, you don't have to captain him, but bringing him in just to get some points, I think it would be a good shout. In the last 5 game weeks, he's only been subbed off twice, but he's not made any subbed appearances. He started the games, and he's then either been subbed off or played the whole 90 minutes. He's got 3 assists. And I think, the game week fixtures that he does have, he's got a really good chance, of keeping Bale out of the squad. And I think there's been a bit of hunger and passion from him to really prove himself to Mourinho, to get himself fit for the squad and really kind of show that he is part of the setup for Spurs and he wants to be there for a very long time. So let's go for my 4th option, which is going to be obviously Jesse Lingard. Let's get him up. Now, Lingard is a tricky one because he's had a lot of people doubt him, especially after the international break, and it was me who doubted him as well, but he's been absolutely phenomenal. Let's see his ownership. It's 25%. How many people brought him in? He's been brought in by nearly 2 million managers. Sorry, in his team, 2 million managers when he selected him, and nearly 400,000 people have transferred him in this week alone. So let's have a look at his stats. He's got 3 game weeks back-to-back where he's got a double-digit game week return. Overall, 43 points, on par with Harry Kane, 8 goals, 4 assists. I think Lingard is a must. If you don't have him in your squad, with the value that you have him for 6.4 mil, fixtures that are coming up as well. He's got Newcastle away. Now, yes, I do know Newcastle have played well. And I think there's a really good chance, that they can actually really drive home their advantage. Not only for Lingard, but for West Ham themselves, they have a huge incentive to do well this season. I think David Moyes, for me, might be the manager of the season. Yes, there's a lot of hype around Bielsa, Dean Smith for Villa, Brendan Rodgers, Ollie, Pep, obviously, if he wins a quadruple. But if you ask me honestly, if I had to look at it from a very neutral perspective, and I don't have to choose Ollie as well, because I wouldn't choose Ollie for manager of the season, I genuinely believe David Moyes has done exceedingly well. If West Ham qualify for the Champions League, I think this is probably going to be on par with, maybe Leicester winning the league. I wouldn't say it's that great. I'm just saying in terms of an achievement or wow, they've done it. I think West Ham, it's probably going to be one of those achievements that if they do get there, it's going to be remembered for a very long time. And I think it would be a great present or a reward for their fans who've not been there for a long time. Go back to the London Stadium. They might be hosting Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan. They'll be hosting these giants that they haven't hosted, I'd say, before. I'm not sure. Probably before I started watching football, especially not the London Stadium. So that'd be nice for a new generation of West Ham fans to really kind of their fan base to enjoy that top level of football. I'm not going to say they're going to do really well in there, but if they do, it's a great story. So I'm fully backing them. And someone like a Lingard, has a point to prove for his own benefit in terms of getting back into the United squad if he does decide to go back after his loan period, or if he extends it, or just wants to move to West Ham full stop. This has worked out well for both parties, the club and the player, because at the end of the day, he wants to prove to his parent club that he's good enough for United, and B, he wants to prove to Gareth Southgate that he's good enough for England. So that's something that's going to be worth keeping a lookout for, but I think generally he's just in phenomenal form, and keeping him out, how do you do it? He's going to score again and again and again and again. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to make a bold prediction. He could get a hat-trick, guys. Now I'll probably put the mockers on him, but why not? Lingard, hats off to him. He's really performed well. And the returns he's got are unreal since he's joined. 8 goals and 4 assists in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games for. Yes, he's looking at just over an assist or a goal a game for his club. And last but not least, I'm going to be looking at Mason Mount. So let's get him up for you. So 18.4% ownership. He was paid by Southgate in all the games that England played. 7.2 mil, ownership 129 points. If you look in the last 5 game weeks, he's got 3 returns, 1 assist and 2 goals. 1 double game week points against Liverpool, where he got 11. Sorry about that. And also, he got a goal this weekend against Crystal Palace. So for me, he's got 27 points. I think he's a really good player in form. I think he's quite highly underrated. He's not owned as highly as other manager, so maybe having him as a captaincy choice might not be a bad idea. They've got a good game against Brighton. Brighton might, ship a few goals in terms of them conceding, but I think he'd be a good shout in terms of having him in your squad and maybe even captaining him. So he is my 5th option for my top 5 picks. If I went for some other differential aspects maybe this week, so Danny Welbeck playing Chelsea, he's been pretty good, played well against United, played really well over the last couple of game weeks as well. Iheanacho for Leicester played really well, scored 2 goals against West Ham as well. So you got these kind of players who look in good form. Maybe Gerard Bowen played well in the last game week as well. Who else can we think of? Cavani played really well up front for United. Paul Pogba looking in sublime form once again. Maybe Marcus Rashford if he's fully fit. Greenwood looking in a bit more, I'd say, form in terms of his game that he showed last season. So you got quite a few options that you can look at. Potentially, Zaha hasn't played that well. Maybe he could come in and he might get a few returns for you guys. So these are my kind of like top 5 picks that I've gone through this week. Let me know, have I gone through the players that you're looking at? Actually, I forgot Nicolas Pepe. Pepe showed really well as well for Arsenal. So if you're looking at an Arsenal player, maybe worth looking into him or Lacazette from them as well. So these are my top 5 picks that I've gone through in detail with you guys for this game week. Are these players that you're looking at? If not, let me know who you're looking at. Let me know if these are players that now you look to get into the team once you guys have watched this video. Leave me some comments. Let me know how this video was. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know the players that you guys have flagged. And I really would like to hear back from you guys as well. And that is my top 5 picks for this game week. So let me know how you feel, what you think. Join the league at the bottom left. There's the code there. Make this league bigger, stronger, and the strongest league that we have on FPL. Let me know your thoughts. Leave me some questions. Anything that you want to run past me on YouTube here, my Twitter channel, or my Instagram. We are growing, guys. We're on 200 subscribers now. We've gone past that. Get me to 300 and 500 by the end of the season. And 300 as soon as possible. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like what you see, and the notification icon for the latest notifications. My name is Mo, and this is FPL Inkling. Best of luck for Game Week 32, and I will see you guys in the team selection video.